What's up?
Peace and love, everybody. I'm your humble brother Crumb here for Two Raw for TV. We have a panel discussion where we discuss Pan Africa versus FBA, Foundational Black America. Um, and of course, I want to, in honor of true decorum, start with the ladies. So let's see if we can get Courtney. Do you mind setting it off and giving us your thoughts? Please share.
Thank you so much for the invitation as well as for the esteemed panel here today. Thank you all for having given me the opportunity to participate and contribute my 2 cents. I am Courtney Omega Doss, the co-founder of P4R SSM, that is Plantations for Reparations, self-supported ministry. I'm hailing out of the Atlanta metro area and proud to be here today to weigh in on behalf of the FBA and the ADOS community.
Much gratitude. I think in the spirit of setting the tone, if we could, Ross, on the Pan African side, could you please tap in, weigh in, tell us who you are and some of your thoughts, if you don't mind?
Give thanks. Ross Isis checking in from Atlanta. In the black community for over 35 years. You know, feet, toes, hands, you know, dirty from being in the soil still, you know. And really a black entrepreneur looking to uplift my people in any way I can, you know. So that'd be like an introduction, I could say. Yes, sir.
Give thanks. All right. And back to the FBA side. If you could, Shelley, please.
Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for hosting this panel. I am Shelly Speaks Truth of the Shelly Speaks Truth show that premieres Wednesday night on TV. So please join me Wednesday night, TV. Shelly Speaks Truth show. I am here representing my FBA lineage. So shout out to the FBA family. And I want to send a shout out to the Pan African family as well. Um, I am about unity, but as we get into the conversation, I'll definitely let everyone know why I'm rocking mostly with Team F.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and gentlemen, let's get to you. Miko, please. And if I pronounce your name wrong, charge it to my mind, not my heart, and please correct me. Good brother Miko, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, peace to the fam. Miko Turtle, the Big Head Alchemist, host of Atlantis Indigenous Radio, and I do have to correct one thing. Y'all might boot me off, but I did inform Dre of this. But I'm representing the indigenous side, so I know I don't know if I would fit in on either side, because I got critiques on either side. And I'm coming with indigenous movement as far as us understanding that we original to the planet and we indigenous all over this planet. So it would somewhat lean with a understanding of what the FBAs are doing, but it also has a element of Pan-Africanism to it in the context of Pan-Africanism on the indigenous side. To us, it's like an imperialistic mindset, which I know most people perceive imperialism as something bad, but that's dealing with colonialism. So if you're a colonial imperialist, yeah, that's trash. But if you indigenous and imperial mindset, that's the highest of the high. So we do. So I'm coming a little different, but I've been in our community for a minute as far as putting work. My journey of knowledge itself led me to that path as far as understanding what my grandma told us, that we had indigenous bloodline. Not understanding that more until I got into teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, as well as the Empress Vertice on the indigenous tip, and been rocking with it ever since. We have indigenous trade unions that we establish in, and various different indigenous projects with other alchemists such as myself. I'm an alchemist, and I utilize different trades of blacksmithing, indigenous naturopath with the elixirs, etc. For us to do our own thing. And I'm saying this too, man, we got solutions, because I'm talking about literally EINs tied to tax exempt companies, because I know I'm indigenous. I know how to structure things, and it's important for us to know that. So I'm on the indigenous side. So some of it is going to be aimed at both, where I agree with some and I agree with the other, but my whole stance is that original people should take on their indigenous identity wherever they at, and we prosper like that as one indigenous family.
So he came out swinging. Paul Meadow, last but not least, please.
Voice, then you're part of the revolution. If you hear my voice, then you're part of the revolution. This is Paul Meadow Star, the host of 2 Raw for TV. And we're all black out here. We're all black. So I'm a Pan-Africanist in that sense. I'm interested in hearing both sides, because there's definitely points of both sides that I agree with. But I had to say that today I am carrying the torch of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and his Pan-African journey. So I'm taking that, and just like he said, I am going to take it higher and higher. So that's where we're at today.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so Courtney, if you could, please give us your position on FBA and why that's where you stand.
Gladly. Again, respect to everyone presenting on the panel, because again, as Sister Shelley said, this is about unity. And as Brother Palmetto said, we are all Black. So this cannot be a conversation that is divisive as well as it is informative. So I'm coming from that standpoint, from the realms of academia as well as through the halls of community, with building the work. And this is our family's legacy. As my grandmother was the first recognized and understood to be for Black mayor of Daytona Beach, Florida, carrying that torch of legacy from hailing in our lineage, as well as myself, a former elected official from Miami. But also father's side, 4th generation Bahamian. So this is where I think the rubber meets the road when we talk about that intersection, right? That blessed intersection of FBA or ADOS. And if anyone is unfamiliar with those terms, ADOS is the ascendants, the ancestor descendants of slavery. Okay. And so we are understanding rather, that there is, as Brother Miko said that Turtle said that this is indigenous to the planet. So not just America, but this is indigenous to the planet. So this is the blessed intersection of the two. Now, as the standpoint, my perspective on this particular conversation, it has to be FBA. And I'm going to tell you why it has to be FBA. Because again, when I am leading or part of a leadership movement, a renaissance, if you will, seeking to be the generation that brings reparations into fruition during this shift, we are talking about the significance and the relevancy of the work done here in the Americas, in the United States of America, in regards to building the infrastructure, which was done on the backs of ancestors and descendants of slaves, okay? And
Mhm.
so are, as we say, prisoners of war as well. This is also spoken in our conversations and in our discussions, right? And so when we're talking about that important and significant contribution to being the centerpiece of our mission, motive, and the revolution of achieving reparations, we must understand that the reason why this belongs to us is not just because of the work that was done and built on the backs and the blood of our ancestors and the infrastructure that is still being recognized, utilized, and being weaponized in this day and time. Okay. But we also must understand and appreciate that this wasn't just stolen from Africa. We're talking about being advocates and voices for those that were already here. There is plenty of scrolls, plenty of documents, and plenty of dockets that support this exact this exact understanding, that it support this exact event. There was a stolen identity, a stolen legacy in order to prepare for a time such as this. Esther 4:14 that said, hey, if you do not bring this into fruition, clearly your bloodline will die, but it will be brought into fruition. Our legacy was stolen, and we must make sure. This is why I'm standing on FBA side today, ADOS side today, because we must make sure that this stolen legacy is recognized and exposed for what it is and is brought to light. We cannot do that just from a Pan-Africanist stand. And I yield. Thank you.
Thank you as well. Okay. Good brother Ross, can you give us your position and why you're going with Pan Africanism, please?
Oh man, truly, I would love to. Well, the Pan African movement is the movement from the beginning of time, as far as we've been carried away as slaves, and we've been carried away and we're in slavery, but we all come from one place, which is Mama Africa. You know, we can't forget Mama. We can't forget Mama. We can't make a stepmama. We only have one Mama, which is Mama Africa. And the world been slapping her for a long time. And now to see my people want to slap her too, is like very weird to me. But to me, honestly, we have to do history. We have to study what the Pan African movement is about. It's about unifying the Africans in America with the Africans in Africa. What a beautiful thing. Because all the resources come from Africa. All your looks come from Africa. All your beauty you got come from Africa. Why not love your mama who created you? Why not support what supports you? This don't support us. Nothing here supports us. Till this very day, we get no support. We built this whole thing and still get no glory. The only thing the white man really invented was chains. Yeah, he invented the jingle bell. He put around our neck, is in case we wouldn't run away. Yeah, now they singing jingle bells. Yeah, but the reality of it is, we all stolen Africans. Wake up from your slavery. Because, again, we are the original architects, the original merchants, right? We went around the world creating, building, uplifting. But our home is Africa. And we can't forget that because that's what supports us. Right now, Africa is waiting for us in the West to rise up out of our slumber. But it seems to me that we want to go more to sleep instead of wake up with the giant, because Africa's the giant of the world. If maps are finally coming out and saying that Africa's the biggest continent, we knew that. They knew that. But they've been hiding the truth from those who don't study history. Africa is the biggest and most wealthiest place on the planet. It's not that way for no reason. So we can't deny where we come from. We can't deny who we are. We are African descendants. No matter where we are, don't forget where you come from. Don't forget where you come from. That's what I would say. But differently though, when you talk about the Pan-African movement, you see the connection that Africans made with Africans abroad. And there was a movement. The movement is for us to get moving with Africa, not dividing ourselves, not claiming victory on a stolen land. It'll never work. You understand? But what we can do is realize that we are stolen Africans and we do deserve reparations and we do deserve our own land. These are facts. All our land has been taken away. We owned it before, bought and paid for. The whole West End I live in was owned by three kings, three black kings, owned the whole West End of Atlanta in the original settings of time. You understand? Yeah, we owned it, lock, stock, and barrel. But again, it's not where we come from, it's where we are. All we're doing is migrating back and forth. We left the South and went to the North. Now we're leaving the North and running to the South. When we going to realize that that's all migration? We have to focus on repatriation. Repatriation to return home. There's plenty of land there for us. Don't think we limited. You know what I'm saying? But we don't see that because they don't tell us that. We caught in the mind state of thinking this world that we living in is great. And we living in the Western Hemisphere. We are Eastern people. We are children of the sun. We must know ourselves. We can't get caught up into all these new teachings. 'Cause that's what it is, a bunch of new teachings. Follow the scholars, the ones who lived it, traveled, and been to these places. They'll tell you everything come from Africa. No matter where you at on the planet, everything come from Africa. Don't think it come from nowhere else but Africa. The white man even know he come from Africa. Yeah, Europe is so close to Africa. Where you going? Europe closer to Africa than we are over here, so they know they African too. They got us caught in the West in the racism. They got us caught in America into the Willie Lynch syndrome, and it's setting in even more now because it was taught for us to hate ourselves. What greater hate that you have for yourself if you don't love the land you come from? That's got to be a great hate. Other than that, the next great hate is praising a white God that don't look like you. These are the greatest gifts they gave you right there. A white God and a jingle bell. Welcome to America. Yes, sir.
Welcome to America. All right, I just want to make a quick announcement to the listening audience and those going to catch this later. We are going to kill all of the different streams that we're on, and we will only and exclusively be on 2rawfortv.tv as of right now. So that's where you'll be able to find us at. I'm going to remove mine.
Sir.
Okay. And now we're just on 2Raw for TV. I want to ask the next panelist, please, Shelly, please speak.
Okay, I'll be kind of brief because to be very honest, when it comes to I'm just a little bit confused, but I'm just gonna speak my piece. My understanding is that Pan-Africanism is a ideology, and I know for a fact that FBA, Foundation of Black Americans, is a lineage